As at the time Ezego was alive, he had one of the largest car fleets in the whole of Africa. He loved cars and is always purchasing the latest one, stuck in his garage in his hometown in Iyala and also in Lagos. A car freak, and as at 1999 his garage was valued at 1 billion naira. There was even a day he dropped 14 million naira to acquire just two cars, a sedan Lincoln Continental Mark 8 and a Mercedes-Benz R230. He had over 70 houses over Nigeria, and in 1999 when he died, he had about 10 billion naira in his account. 10 billion naira as of 1999. Ezego had a fatal accident on his birthday. When he died, his wife married their family lawyer. This might be one of the most comprehensive and interesting version of the story. So please, if you are standing, can you please get a seat? If you're in a noisy place, can you please excuse them for a few minutes, because I just need a few minutes of your time. On the 25th of December 1999, death came knocking on his door, but he wasn't aware. Maybe he was aware. But before I continue this story, what I've come to realize is that when people can't really fathom the source of your wealth, and unfortunately the person died of an untimely death, people, especially Africans, will tag the person a ritualist. They'll say, na ritualist though, na ritual Hindu. Now why I always tell people, say if God don't bless you small, try to be vigilant, be wise, they pray. Because if anything happened to you last time, they will say na ritual you do. So now let us dive into today's story. Ezego died suddenly, the same way he became rich suddenly. No one could really explain his source of wealth. But one bizarre thing that really happened was that his pretty and very fair complexion wife was said to have married their family lawyer. Make a come bust on her head. The lawyer that was responsible for the execution of the will was also killed in 2002, alongside with his wife. His name was Barnabas Igwe. Barnabas Igwe was said to have been murdered in cold blood alongside with his wife in September 2002. Don't think this is a Nollywood movie, oh. This is a true life story. Some said he was a ritualist. Some said he was into drugs. Some said he was into 419. In fact, after his death, people were no longer going close to his house. So take a chill pill. Like I always say, grab a chair. I'm about to take you on another voyage. In 2005, Ezego corpse was found at the Okija Shrine during the demolition of the Okija Shrine. Like I told you, this might be one of the most comprehensive and interesting version of the story of the Igbo tycoon, Chief Nnamdi Okafor, who died while celebrating his birthday. Relatively young, but at that time he was well known and duly respected in Nigeria. Even the military governor of Anambra State is always scared of his presence. Bastard money, king of money. But one thing that was strange about him was that when he was alive, he built a mausoleum for himself. Yes, a mausoleum for himself. If you don't know what I mean a tomb, a vault, a burial chamber. In other words, I mean a catacomb. So please stay focused, Stay focused, oh. Don't think this is a Nollywood. This is a true life story. He was the first son and native of Uzuaka Iyala in Anambra State, born on the 25th of December 1964. His childhood was traumatic. He left his village, and the next time the world will be hearing Ezego, he was already a multi-millionaire. He opened and controlled one of the biggest electronics stores in Nigeria. Built houses, mansions, and villas all over Nigeria, one of which was made of glass. His property worth billions of naira in the late 90s. When he died, they made a calendar displaying his wealth and also his numerous properties. He was so rich. He was so rich to the extent that there was no car then that he does not have. Like I told you, he was a car freak. By the way, Ezego's first son was from a Japanese woman. And on the 25th of December, death came knocking, but he wasn't aware. It was his usual tradition to go back home and celebrate his birthday in a double or a triple celebration. His kinmen were eagerly waiting for this annual celebration, which meant a lot of goodies for everyone. Ezego enjoys the habit of impressing his people with legendary wealth and affluence. Femi Kuti and his first band were built to entertain his guests. The party was to start from the night of Christmas to the Boxing Day. So on that fateful day, he left Lagos, heading towards the southeastern region of Nigeria. He took off in the most flashy style, a convoy of 6 of his finest automobiles: Lincoln Navigator 1999 model, a limousine, blue Porsche, Lexus Jeep, Cherokee Jeep, and also his latest Honda. The interesting thing about that fateful day was that normally Ezego will usually go through the airport, either to Enugu or Port Harcourt, and then go by road to his hometown. But on that fateful day, he decided to travel to his hometown by road. The outcome was disastrous for the mogul. For some unknown reasons, trouble started with his Jeep engine somewhere along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. He decided to keep managing the car for as long as possible. But by the time the Jeep got to Asaba, it broke down completely. But you know how dangerous Nigerian roads are. He told one of his boys to go and purchase a chain that they will use in towing the vehicle. On that fateful day, he insisted on towing the vehicle by himself. He was in the front while his boys were at the back. Well, no one can argue with the boss, so the boys complied. They continued their journey until they reached a spot between Ozabolu and Okija. He ran into a damaged portion of the road, and all of a sudden he stepped on his brake. The driver behind him was caught unaware, rammed into Ezego Lexus, sending him into the ditch beside the road. Another version also said the chain that they were used in towing the vehicle snapped. Immediately this happened, the convoy was thrown into pandemonium. By the time they got him out of the ditch, his face was really puffed up, ugly, and then somehow scary. He was immediately rushed to a nearby hospital where he once donated 15 million naira. By the time they got there, there was no doctor on duty. By the time a doctor could come, he was already bleeding through his mouth, and he was already having internal bleeding. However, the community is yet to forget him. In 2013, his empire had collapsed, and the majestic house he built had turned to a ghostly shadow. Flowers now turn into weeds. Parts of the roads have been washed away by erosion. Beauty lost its glory. However, his pretty and very fair complexion wife was said to have married their family lawyer. A bank is now occupying Ezego shopping complex at Mafoluku Junction, facing Ajao Estate on the airport road. Some even said his wife drove out his mother from their mansion in Ajao. But that was a lie though. But everyone practically abandoned the house. Above all, Ezego was never buried, as his corpse was discovered in Okija shrine during the destruction of the shrine. Ezego never died on his way to Port Harcourt, as claimed by many. He died at the international airport in Lagos on his way to being flown out of the country for treatment that was sustained during the road accident. But why did he decide to drive himself and his wife and children in another car? There are some words I would not like to utter in order to respect the dead. Some people said he was not a ritualist, he was a cultist. Maybe. At least you could be a cultist and probably not a ritualist. Maybe for your own protection. Just like I told you, when people can't really fathom the source of your wealth and something unfortunately happened, they will tag it or tag you to be a ritualist, a car freak. He spent billions on cars. Ezego got involved in a tragic accident while celebrating his birthday. He was a philanthropist to the core. Legend added that he made part to the Okija shrine and he failed to keep up his own end of the bargain. Do you think this is just a mere coincidence? He was also predominantly known by his ruler title Ezego, which means king of money in English. Was a very opulent Nigerian businessman who reportedly engaged in diabolical means in order to amass wealth. Ezego's source of income was questionable. He amassed enormous wealth after a very brief stay in Lagos State. What I will tell you is that not all wealth should be envied. Some comes with severe consequence. Take it easy on yourself. Now this world we meet am, now this same world we go live am. But Ezego, king of money, did wonders during his time.